Okay, so I want to talk about plotting and how we can have our room name and number kind of grayed out in the background, because these can get very, for example, this, I can change the size of this, but let's do a quick test plot of this. Let's do black lines. Say okay to this visible portion. You see how the room name and number is too bold, it's too much. It should be in the background on a grayscale type thing. So what I'm gonna do is I need to create another space tag, but only I want it to be faded in the background. Okay, so I'm gonna edit this tag and rename it to something. Let's save as space tag. So a couple of these in here. Let's go here and tags, and let's do space tag. Let's do space tag 3. Okay, I'm gonna save that as space tag 3. It should come up here. So what I want to do is change this to more on a grayscale. Let's say okay to that. Arial narrow and 3/32. I'm gonna make it smaller. 3/32. I don't want it bold, and I want my width factor to be 8.5, and let's rename it to Arial. Let's name it Arial narrow. 3/32 inch. Let's do it like that. And I'm gonna say okay to this. And what I want, I'm gonna erase that piece and edit the space tag again. Am I editing the label? Yeah, I'm editing the label. I'm gonna add the number to my space tag. I'm gonna break it here. Say okay to this. I'm going to leave this part alone. And let's bring it into let's load it into the project. That's 3. Okay, I'm going to escape out of that. And there's our tag. Here. Okay. So now when I get ready to plot, let's set up black lines. So I want this to be grayscale. Say okay. And our room name and number is grayed out in the background, which is what I want, because when I plot this, because there could be a diffuser, a supply diffuser in here, exhaust diffuser here. There could be some ducting going in here, where your room name and number can get in the way. So you want to gray out your room name and number, okay? But the problem is now, when you use grayscale, let's turn this off. Let's go back and do this again. When you use grayscale, cancel. Well, let's go here. Let's preview. When you use grayscale, your pipe or duct, the colors that you assign them in your working view is going to show up in your plot. So you don't want that. I'm gonna close this and erase that tag so that it looks like this. Preview, so it looks like that, which is what we want. We don't want that box in here. I'm gonna go in and remove that box. In order to do that, you highlight it, edit type, and remove the space, show space number. It seems to be associated with, the box seems to be associated with that number. So I'm gonna say okay to that, and we can plot it again. Let's do a preview so that our toilet or room name and numbers in the background, okay? But what we have to take care of now is that we want our lines to be black when we plot them, right? Sometimes we want them colored, so it depends on where you're sending them to. Some contractors want them colored out. It depends. It depends on the owner or client, whoever it is. Let's close this out. And what I'm gonna do is use this, and I'm gonna view this as a working drawing. This is gonna be the working drawing. Create template from current view. This is gonna be working. Okay, say working water. I'll just have it like that. Working water and filter. Filter. Let's remove all of these. And what I want to do is add, go here and type P. I want to add the cold water and hot water. Say okay to this. And these are okay. In the working view. Okay, let's call this working view. Okay. Okay. So now what I want to do is create a plot view. So when I get ready to plot, my lines come out black. So let's do this. Let's go to another, let's create another view and create a template from current view. And let's call it plot. I'm going to call this plot water here, and I'm going to wait. Okay, I think let's remove all of these again. Okay, and let's add that hot and cold water, but in this case I want to override the lines and make the color black. Okay, say okay to that, and my domestic hot water, the color is going to be black. Let's say okay to this, and I'm going to say okay and okay. So I think that the template that I'm using now is I think it's working. It has to be working. It's working water. So when I get ready to plot, so it's it's the end of the day, right? And we want to plot. So you have to go in and there are I think there are tools that you can use so that it automatically goes to a plot view, right? Let's go back. Let's apply this plot view. Plot water. Say okay to this. And you can plot your drawing. Make sure it's on, you want this on grayscale. Say okay to this. Let's preview it so that your room name and number is in the background on a grayscale, and your pipes and the rest of them are also black. Okay, let's close this out, and that can be fixed. That is let's go to manage, and I want to change this object style. Let's go piping. Those are fittings. I want to change that to 2. I want to match. These are the weights. So I want to match. So I'll say 2 here. 2, say okay. And let's plot this again. Preview so that it looks the same. Okay. But we want it to be black in this case. Sometimes you might want to, I don't know, maybe 10% of the time. Whoever wants to plot drawings in color, then you can plot the working drawing. So that's that. So view, apply, and let's say you want the working drawing, so you go back, after you've plotted them, you can go back to your working drawing and you can continue doing what you're doing. But that starting at 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, you want to change this view template to your plot templates, okay? So that when you plot your drawings, when they come out, can be grayscale and not black lines with color lines in them, like if you were to use working and you wanted to plot and it comes out like this. You don't want that. Okay, so you have to, when you get ready to plot at 2 o'clock, we're starting, let's say the office says, okay, we're gonna start plotting at 2:30. This will happen. So you stop everything and you go back to your desk and you start plotting. You use this template, say okay, go here, preview, and all of your other drawings have been set up to plot your view template, apply, where you can plot easily. Okay, so that's what I wanted to go over today. I hope I covered everything. So that way you can have your room name and number in your spaces, okay, and not have to drag them out and rename them and use some dumb text for it. Okay, so that's how you can plot your room name and number in, and keep your room name and number in your space. Okay, just kind of, you might want to put it to the side or somewhere where it's not going to be in the way, but it's usually because it's grayscaled out. Let's see, preview. Yeah, you can usually, somehow manipulate it where, of course, this is a working drawing plot. And you don't want that because of the colors in your pipe, okay? So that's how you can get around your text being too bold and what do you do with them when you get ready to plot? You have to change it so that it's grayed out in the background. There's no other way around it. I mean, you could bring them out of the space, but it can get in the way of other things. So I just wanted to point that out, and I hope that helps. And I will talk to you guys later.